to take more risks in life. So to really try new things and just experiment and really take risks. I would also tell myself to get outside of my comfort zone more often, and I think that's related to the first point, but really trying new things and having lots of different experiences. And the third thing would be to live outside of the US, and maybe even outside of California, because I spent practically my whole life there. My name is Chitua Alazie, but I go by the nickname Chi, and I'm a project manager at Deutsche Post DHL in-house consulting. What I really love about the job are two things. One is just working with really cool colleagues. So it's a pretty small place. We're just over 100 consultants here, and everyone is different, has different life experiences and different backgrounds. So it's just great to work together with them, to get to know them a bit. And everyone's quite young, so we spend a lot of time with each other, both at the office and outside of the office. So you develop a great network here. What I also really enjoy is just seeing so many different parts of the company. I didn't know so much about DHL before I came, and having worked here and worked in really almost every business unit by now, really learn something different every day. I think something that's different about us, because we're an in-house consulting company, is that we mostly work with DHL as our customer. We do have one kind of offering that's strategic logistics consulting that works with external customers, but for the most part, the vast majority of our projects are internally focused, so you really see only DHL. Deutsche Post is the mail service provider for Germany, and with the DHL part of it, it's the logistics provider for the world. And I work as a project manager for the in-house consulting group, so we're really internal to the group and provide strategic advice to the key divisions here, so looking at Express and Mail and Global Forwarding, so the different business units here. We really work with the top management there to help them solve their biggest business problems and challenges. Yeah, so we usually run engagements with the business. So we'll usually do a project. Sometimes the projects range from 1 month to 1 year. And typically we sit together with them to really understand what it is that they're struggling with. So to really get insight into the current situation, as well as whatever objective it is that they're trying to achieve. And together then we work to create a plan to solve that problem, whether it's getting more information, doing market studies, or looking into past experience that we have with the company. And because each of us who works here has as well different professional experiences, sometimes we bring in some of our previous knowledge to help apply to whatever situation it is. Usually I get into the office around 8:30 in the morning just to check up on emails and get caught up and think about what the key focus areas will be for the day. And then as soon as my other team members start to come in, then we'll have some touch points. I also sometimes check in with the partner or the client just to make sure we're still on the same page. And then usually have lunch with a team member or old colleague or a stakeholder. And then typically the team is working either here in Tulpenfeld or in the tower or at the client site until about 8 o'clock at night or so. I'm an American, so I was born in the US, raised in California, did my undergraduate there, my graduate school, so I went to business school. I also worked there, so my professional background, I started in nonprofit, so creating organizations in the education and healthcare sectors. And then I, after business school, went to a big consulting firm and worked there for 2 years, where I was doing strategy and operations consulting in the life science and healthcare sector. And then afterwards, I decided to move to Germany along with my husband, who is German, and wanted to broaden my experiences both in life and also professionally. Then I found the position at Deutsche Post DHL in-house consulting, and now I've been here for just over 3 years. Yeah, from my background, I have a non-traditional logistics background because I studied, during my undergraduate studies at Stanford, human biology, which is natural science. So then I went on to get an MBA from Stanford as well. So I had kind of business healthcare background. And when I was consulting, I did then strategy and operations consulting for the healthcare and life sciences industry. So having done that plus nonprofit, it's quite a diverse background, I would say. So anyone definitely with a different background could do my job. What's really important to be successful here is to just be somebody who likes to solve problems, who's creative, who likes to challenge and kind of think outside of the box and really help a big business like DHL solve its most important problems.